Hello and welcome. Starting the day with something small doesn't take much to bring softness into a space. But for me, it changes how the room feels. This week, I've been thinking about how each part of the day and each corner of our home can carry more meaning than we realize. And how sometimes the small choices we make are also how we find the courage to follow what feels right, even when the world tells us not to. Today I'm making a cornmeal cake with almond flour and orange. I first made this cake 5 years ago and really loved it, but then I completely forgot about it until someone liked an old photo I had shared on Instagram. I took that as a sign to try it again. Have you ever stopped to think about the path you are on? Or about what really guides your choices in life? There are certain things people say more often than I would expect. Things like, doing what you love, that's risky. Be realistic. Save your dreams for later, maybe as a hobby. What really matters is making as much money as possible. Think about your future. That's how adult life works. And honestly, the world can be very convincing. If you are not careful, we start living a life that is not really ours, shaped by someone else's idea of success. A life built on fear instead of intention. Lately, I've been trying to notice the quiet signs that feel right to me. Even something this simple reminds me that it's okay to slow down and enjoy small things. For me, choosing the path of our lives is not about chasing some perfect dream. It's about being intentional, asking myself, how much energy do I really have today? How do I want to spend my time? What kind of life am I creating? I know I could just buy plain name markers, but it feels special to make them by hand. This I finished a while ago, but this year we have new plants, so I'm making a few more from scratch. even if they are not perfect, they carry a bit of me in them, and that makes the garden feel mine even more. Pottery is a slow process. There are so many steps: drying, glazing, firing. It takes patience. These new ones, for example, will take a couple of weeks to be ready. But that's perfectly okay. The plants take their time to grow too. This year, we decided to add native plants to the garden. It felt like a gentle way to care for the place where we live and to grow something that truly belongs here. Native plants are good for the bees, good for the soil, and they will return stronger every spring. Choosing how I live is about caring for my mind, making my home a calm place to be, and enjoying slow things like baking, gardening, and making things with my hands. Living this way takes time, and it doesn't always look impressive from the outside, but it feels right. When I have a decision to make about life, I try to take it slow. I talk to people who get me. I make a plan, and I try to stay organized. And I'm not the best at it, but I'm learning as I go. From all these reflections, one of the most important things I've learned is that sometimes I need to put the world on mute and just listen to my intuition for a while, because deep down, it already knows the way. Thank you so much for spending the day with me. Until next time, sending you all my love.